This is the Rugged Revival podcast, your home of the UK's country, America and roots music community. And this is where all the cowboys and cowgirls come.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Ronnie?
It is. Yes.
It is. Yeah, there you go. So I put introduce Ronnie on my notes. I've probably given the game away, behind the scenes. But you weren't here last week, mate, were you? Where were you? I missed you.
I missed Marcus Trummer. I was very disappointed with that. I got stuck at work. You wouldn't know about that, TJ. So I got stuck at work and I couldn't make it back. So anyway, sorry,
Marcus. That was
Marcus.
A boring reveal. I thought you were going to say something interesting.
No.
Normally we make it up and say you've gone for an anal bleach or something, but you got stuck at work.
That would have been way better.
It would have been.
It would have been way better. All right, let's do that again.
No, we're going to power through. Anyway,
right.
So we are joined today by a very special guest. Some call her the Appalachian goddess. Some people say she's what you get if you marry Susan Tedeschi and Janis Joplin and they had a baby.
Interesting.
It's Maggie Noelle, frontwoman of Kentucky-based band Magnolia Boulevard. I probably pronounced that really badly.
Yeah.
You did great.
Oh, thank you. I was worried about that. But how are you, Maggie? You okay?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to the show. We've been keen to have you on, and it's going to be a good laugh. It's going to be a bit crazy and a bit hectic, but yeah, I think you'll enjoy it anyway. Before I hand over to Ronnie anyway, so we're going to do something kind of new this week. We're going to do a new revival radio feature, something we call Soundtrack to Your Life. And basically, in a nutshell, I'm going to explain this really bad, but it's going to be a few songs. So as we talk, through your early life, your career, etc., I think we're going to create like a soundtrack of music that kind of captures your essence at each stage of where you are. I know it sounds very posh, doesn't it? And then I think we'll clip it and maybe share it with the socials. So yeah, we're going to try that. Let's see how it goes. But anyway, I'm going to hand over to the professional. That is old Ronald, and
not me. That was the first time I've heard that. So thank you for explaining what we're going to do tonight, because I had no idea. Maggie, what an absolute pleasure it is to have you on this evening. But there's a little bit, I was a bit disappointed actually, because normally TJ lays into me and he's really nasty to me if I haven't been able to make a podcast before. And normally does me a silly video or something like that. So I'm really disappointed. However, I've got something new this episode, Maggie, that you're going to help me with, if that's okay.
Okay.
So we interviewed Spencer Hatcher, a couple of podcasts ago, and TJ got upset because I described him as a man that walks around, picks up dog shit off the street when he doesn't even have a dog. And that's how I described TJ. However, we're going to do a little game now. It's a new piece of the show, and it's called TJ with his face like. TJ, over to you.
TJ with his face like. 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 TJ with his face like.
I don't know why he's still playing.
TJ with his face like.
it's pretty long.
Cut it. Anyway, yes, this game is called TJ with his face like. Now, Maggie, I'm going to give you two examples. So this is where I ask the artist to give their intro to describe TJ's face. For example, TJ with his face like an explosion in a bullshit factory. Or, another example, TJ with his face like a mouldy parsnip. So, Maggie, could you tell me TJ with his face like?
Oh, buddy, we're already calling on some insults already, eh?
Oh yeah.
TJ with his face like. Oh, buddy, come on, you set me up.
See, Ron,
Don't
it's
let them
natural for
little
Ronnie to
beady
be
eyes.
mean. Yeah.
Don't let them beady little eyes deceive you. He's
TJ
nasty in the
with
background.
His face like quite possibly his wife. She wears the pants.
Hmm.
Or boyfriend. I don't know.
Oh, it's all being revealed now.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything's been revealed now. Yeah.
I mean, is that what we're looking for here? Or are we talking about physical
Or
features?
just an insult. TJ with his face like a fart in a brown paper bag. Or something like that.
TJ with his face like Well, see, I mean, how can I go from a fart with a fart in a paper bag? Are you kidding me? TJ with his face like, hmm.
I don't like this new feature.
This is my
I love
kid.
it.
She just got home from school, guys.
I just sent mine to bed.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Hello. She can
You gotta
tell
go
us
downstairs
what my
for a little
face
bit,
looks
but I'll
like.
be done in a minute.
yeah.
Peace.
TJ with his face like, we gotta help you. What do you think his face looks like? That one.
That one.
He looks like a dirty dishwasher.
A dirty dishwasher.
I'll
I
take that.
love it. We're going
I'll
to stick
take
with
that.
that. TJ, play the horns,
Thank
please.
you so
Thank you very
much. Thank you so much. Well, I can't find a horn, so you'll have to
can't
go
find the
without,
horns
Ronnie. I
anyway.
don't care.
So we got dee. Anyway, that was a great example. Anyway, so that was TJ with his face like, and Maggie, thank you very much for helping with that.
Thanks, Evelyn.
So I'm going to go way back to the serious bits now. So we're serious. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show tonight. And I've heard so much about you. TJ has been talking about you constantly, and I've been listening to your music constantly, and you're incredible. You've got an amazing talent. Absolutely just blown away, honestly, by your talent. But I want to go back to right back when, to 2020, when you were a mere 2 years old. And I want to talk about your childhood. Could you share with us some childhood experiences, where you grew up, what you done, share some childhood stories with us, so it gets so we can all get to know you.
I live here in Lexington, Kentucky. Originally from Clintwood, Virginia, heart of the Appalachians. Grew up with music, like I said, very, very prominent part of my life, my childhood. Mostly in bluegrass, but I don't know. I would say like high school, right before high school, I definitely started digging into like the old soul singers, Aretha Franklin and Nina Simone, Etta James, and then Bonnie Raitt has always been my like top number one hero. So I definitely felt moved, like slightly, like I knew that I should be doing something else other than bluegrass music. It just kind of clicked for me. But I never really started playing professionally until like my early 20s. I met some really beautiful musicians in Asheville, North Carolina when I lived there. And those people kind of led me to Lexington. And now I'm here.
That's incredible. It's so amazing to hear that some of your, I say idols, but your the sort of people that you listen to growing up, you can really hear that in your music, and you bring such a unique sound to it. And I was, like I said to you, it's just incredible to hear your talent and how such a raw voice and carry that. So it's amazing. So thank you for sharing that with us. I've got, actually, it's part of TJ's new bit. So it's around the soundtrack to your life. And what I'm going to ask you is, if you could choose one song that defines your childhood, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. What a question. There's a song called Mountain, or This Mountain, by Levon Helm.
I love that guy.
I think that would most definitely describe my childhood. The chorus, I was born on this mountain. This mountain's my home. And then part of the lyrics, it talks about how, before strip mining became a thing, and by the time I was in high school, all the mining around my hometown, my hometown is basically just a tiny little old coal town. There's not much to it now because they kind of just took it all out. So I think that's a pretty good description of how I feel about it.
Incredible choice. amazing. I'm not going to delve any more into I know we talked about your early 20s. I'm not going to delve any more into that because I'm going to leave that for TJ. And I know that TJ's got so many questions packed into his section. So, Maggie, it's lovely to have you. And I'll talk to you more in a bit. TJ.
Thank you.
There you go. See, we can be serious and professional at sometimes.
You can, because I don't think I can.
No, well, I lied. That's one of my lies, my frequent lies. But no, what we like to do when anyone comes on, I think we just do it justice by trying to do our research anyway with what's out there on the internet, and hopefully we get most of it right. And it's interesting. I was stalking your Instagram and going through there just to kind of get an idea of what kind of a person you are. And yeah, so before we go into things properly, you caused some controversy online recently, or rather a part of you did. And I think rather than me kind of going on to explain, let's get the message up and have a look for ourselves. I'm not sure why the smooth jazz, but I thought it added to the ambient. So so you upset some of your fans with I think that's
kitties.
wrong. Yeah, with your boobies. So I just want to say that the Rugged Revival, we stand with you in solidarity, sister. And
Yeah.
Ronnie has also caused some controversy of his own. I mean, he does it quite frequently, but he posted a video recently to Instagram. And I tell you what, you should have seen the negative comments from that. So,
Scumbags.
yeah, well, let's show a little bit of Ronnie's boob video that caused some controversy. So, yeah, we got a lot of negative comments and complaints about that one. But if you want to connect with Ronnie, it's Stud Muffing Supreme, isn't it? Your
Oh.
I actually lost them glasses. I lost them glasses, so I had to cut my beard down.
Oh,
But
my
I
goodness.
did find that funny, and thank you for sharing that online on your Insta, because yeah, it made me laugh when I saw that. But yeah, let's talk about your situation now, Maggie. Obviously you're a mother of young children, as we learned, from
Just one.
Dirty Dishwasher. Just one. Lucky you. So tell us kind of the state of things now at home and kind of your life. Is it chaotic? Is it what's going on?
Man, it is chaotic. That is the word. But I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I have a really great support system. I try to take my kid out as much as possible. In 2019, we got the Blues Traveler Tour, and my daughter was 7 months old, and she went on the whole tour with us. And it's kind of been just a really prominent thing for me to prove to not only myself but my daughter that, like, hey, like, we can do big things. We can be moms if we choose to be moms. We can also choose not to be moms. We can do whatever we want. But I think the whole judgment side of things, it's like immediately when a woman is in a professional music setting, like, they find out, oh, you're a mom. Well, that must mean you live your kid, kind of thing. And I want to prove so many people wrong in that area. It's very important to me. But chaotic is the word, and it definitely gets really tough. But like I said, or I was going to say, I have a really great support system. My mother, she helps me out tremendously, and I've got a lot of really great friends as well. So it's fun, and it can be a little tricky sometimes, but I love it. I love my job, and I feel like it's the many years that I've been doing this, and the almost 10 years that Magnolia Boulevard has been a band, I'm starting to finally see a little bit of things coming back. Like, oh, maybe I can make this a real career.
Yeah, that's really cool to kind of learn that side of things. It's we speak to a lot of people on the podcast from all backgrounds, and like I say, some people have no children, no wife, and it's kind of their thing. They'll go out on the road, and that's how they choose to live. But like you say, it doesn't mean that you can't have kids and a family, and it must be very tough on a musician. Like you say, you're out on the road. You can be out on the road constantly, especially in the States. It's a little bit different to touring the UK. We're a bit smaller, so yeah, that's a really cool message to send out.
I was going to say, we spoke about women power before with Adara Kay when we had her on the podcast, and we talked about the fact that it was a very male-dominated industry, and what was it like, from her experiences and everything else. And you know what? I love the fact you said around being a role model, saying, you're teaching your wonderful daughter that you can be mum, you can do all the normal stuff, and still have an incredible music career, and still be part of the industry that is very male dominated, and sing that women power. So amazing. Thank you. It was great.
Yeah, thank you. I was actually just looking at Instagram earlier today, and I reposted it. I don't know who posted it, but they were just like, they had a bunch of different festival lineup posters for the year 2026, and it was like a side by side of like how many women is on the actual lineup, and it's terrible, number one, but I think it's really kind of shocking that still, like, here we are in 2026, and like women still are not taken very seriously. And in the it being such a male driven industry, I think women belong everywhere, everywhere. So
I totally agree, and that's funny enough. We said we're going to do a separate section, separate podcast, and we're going to get some of the female artists that we've had on the podcast, and we're going to share that love, and we're going to do another podcast session. But I'll be in touch with you another time. So sorry, TJ, go on, carry on.
No, that's new to me, but that sounds amazing.
You were there. What are you talking about?
Was I drunk? I was probably drunk.
Probably, yeah.
I come out with all these ideas when I'm drunk. No, that's really cool. Like you say, I mean, we said it numerous times. We've had lots of female artists on the show. And in fact, when we were going through our end of year 2025, most listened to, and it was dominated by female artists like Presley Hale and people like that. And it's very cool to see. But like you say, I think there's I look at the lineups at these festivals, and it sometimes feels very samey as well. So it's not just there's a lack of female representation, but I think there's a kind of a sameness that perhaps there's an inner circle of artists that they're familiar with or friendly with, and those guys get to get on the bill, and rather than just go and branch out and find somebody new, because there's so many cool new acts out there. So I don't know, is that something you find within the scene?
Oh, totally. I mean, it all can be a bit cliquey, I will say. But I will, on a positive note, when it comes to Kentuckians, especially, there's something about Kentucky people and the music that's coming out of Kentucky. I just feel like it's really authentic. And people crave that authenticity at this point in the state of the world, Um, and there it goes. There's my brain. This is what happens.
No, it's all good. I think, when we started the podcast, we started in Kentucky with some friends like Josh Mitchum, and it's been the most welcoming community. And I don't think we would have got as far without the kind of support of the people there and the artists. So I think you've got a fantastic place. And we're hoping to come out there at some point to, see some live music and to meet some of our online friends. That would be pretty cool. So maybe
you totally
we'll
should.
hunt you down. But I suppose going back to how we found Magnolia Boulevard and your music, I've probably done this for the last few podcasts with the guests that I've had on, but I was creating at the end of the year a modern soul playlist because I love country and I love Americana. We have a lot of blues, and I just wanted a bit of a mix of soul stuff. And I love the fact that, I put the stuff in that I know, and the AI on Spotify can be sometimes pretty good, sometimes pretty shit, particularly when it adds AI music. So that annoys me. But that's a whole
Oh my
nother
God, it
rabbit hole.
annoys me so much. I,
Yeah, and you can
I,
spot it immediately, can't you? Like, why is it even put it on here?
well, you say immediately, but I actually shared a song this morning with my band, and immediately Ryan, who's an original member of the band, he's like, did you even do your research on this, Maggie? Did you Google this guy? And I did, and I totally fell for it.
It's
It's just another
difficult.
AI Spotify band, and I was like, wow. But the title of the song was "I'm Letting Go of the Bullshit," so I thought that was
Yeah.
Well, I say immediately. I can normally tell by the artwork because they create AI artwork, and it's that to me is kind of a giveaway. If it's not a real person or band on the thing, it kind of, Anyway, but yeah, you're definitely forgiven for being fooled by some of these songs. But anyway, I think it can bring together a lot of like cool artists, and lately it's been introducing me to some new people I haven't heard before. Like Marcus Trummer was on last week, Canadian young guy, amazing kind of modern soul singer, and your music came up as well, and Spellbound was added to that kind of list with Pug Johnson and other people that we love and have found now. So there's certain songs that me and Rolly would just kind of stop and go, what is this? This is just incredible. It's amazing. I even text Lance Rogers because I go down a rabbit hole and I find out, well, what is this band or this artist? Where are they from? And when it said Kentucky, I was like, I bet Lance knows who you guys are. And he said, yeah. He said, you're all crazy and to give you a wide berth, but he said, I'm only joking. He said, yeah, absolutely fantastic people and even better musicians. So, yeah, it was really cool to find you in that way and to have you on the playlist.
yeah,
But
that's
would you
super
mind
cool.
if we play a little bit of Spellbound just so people can kind of get an idea of you?
Not at all.
Thank you. Right, let's play this.
Shadow in the dark with me, but I can show you light in darkness, baby. And I don't know how, don't know how you came around and spun my life around. The magic, and I'm spellbound.
So
Superb.
good.
Yeah,
So
it just
good.
fit nicely with all of the other tracks that I had on there. I even wrote, I know you've talked about kind of the inspirations with Aretha and a lot of the old soul stars, but I even wrote Sia down because I thought you've got a touch of Sia to you as well, and I think Sia's an incredible singer for the last 15, 20 years. So yeah, fantastic. But going back to your band, Maggie, tell us who's in it for a start, because I feel like sometimes we leave the band out a little bit when we have one person on, and tell us how it started, please.
It's okay. They all feel like that. They all feel left out until they leave me out, and we're in the van, and I love making that joke, like I'm just the lead singer. It's fine. So Ryan Allen, that's my best friend in the whole wide world. We started this band so this year makes 9 years, and which seems like a huge accomplishment, to have someone put up with my bullshit for that long. Anyways, but he plays keys. He's also a little bit of a wizard when it comes to like booking and tour managing, and he drives the van a lot, and he's just kind of like the dad. I call him Papaw mostly, but he's like the dad in the band. Then we've got Austin Lewis. He's a West Virginia boy. He's all of 26 years old, and he rips it. He loves his instrument, and you can tell, and he's just very tasteful. He's not one of those guitar players that likes to just like solo all over everybody, and we've definitely had some of those in the past lineup arrangement of this band. But yeah, so Austin Lewis on guitar, Brandon Johnson on the drums. That's a little bit of a funny story because we were actually looking for a guitar player, and it had been like like Austin had came up, so we're like, sorry, that position's already been filled, but now we're kind of looking for a drummer if you know of anyone. So he's like, oh, I play drums too. And he kills it. He's so good. I mean, I think when you're a multi-instrumentalist, like there's some magic in there that happens, like he's just able to do so much. And he's really like deep down, he's a real metal kid. So there's something in there that makes it all happen. And then so Brandon on drums, and then Roddy Puckett on bass. Roddy's kind of like a local legend around Lexington. He's played with everybody, and he's damn good at what he does. He used to play in a band called the Wooks. He also played in a band back in like late 90s called Green Jeans, which full circle was a band that our original drummer Todd Copeland, he is like kind of a jam band. It was like, the Fish people, they loved that. But he yeah, Roddy's great. He's real. I'm very lucky because all the boys in my band are so good at what they do. They're so easy to get along with, like, because half of it being in a band is getting along with one another, because we're in the band and we're in the van more so than we are playing music most of the time. And so the hang is just as important. And I'm very lucky that I got a good group of dudes, and we get shit done, and we have fun doing it.
That's awesome. And you touched upon it briefly a minute ago, but what's it like being, the only female in the band and traveling a lot? We've had this a few times with some of the artists that have come on, and they've given us some interesting kind of insight how they manage it and how
we like gossip, Maggie.
We like gossip.
Yeah,
spread the gossip.
So this is funny. We were actually in the studio yesterday with our friend Nicholas Jamerson and his band. So I got 2 bands full of boys, and I'm the only female. And I think that a lot of times, in those scenarios, like, the boys are like, oh, well, this is awkward. We can't be boys. But then they quickly find out that, like, I'm the worst at all of them. I have a bit of a dirty mouth. But, if you can't hang, you can't hang. So
We don't believe you. You're so polite, Maggie.
Thanks.
Well, that's cool. No, it's really cool to know. So, I think, talk us through your music journey inspirations up to now. So, we touched upon earlier about the soul side of things, and obviously we listen to your music, and it has got that vibe to it. So, real mix, when I listen to it, that Appalachian side of things, the Southern rock, I can hear kind of Allman Brothers with the side guitar inspiration. It's very cool. But how would you go about describing it in your own words, to people that may not have listened to you?
I've really struggled with that. It's a hard one. I think a lot of the times people want to say country just because, like, my accent kind of pops out every once in a while, or maybe it's like the song lyrics as well sometimes. But I'm very proud to be an Appalachian, and I love that kind of shines through. Now, when people say that it's country music, for some reason that kind of pisses me off. But it's the Appalachian background, and we all have a little bit of different. I mean, Ryan and I most definitely have the same, like, musical background. We grew up listening. Our parents are the same age, which is funny, how those things work out. But, like, we grew up listening to classic rock and Led Zeppelin and the band, and stuff like that. And then, like, all the other different little musical influences, like I said, like growing up listening to Bonnie Raitt and Susan Tedeschi. Again, I've always struggled with, like, what genre I want to call it, but I'm a mutt. I'm an Appalachian mutt. That's just it. And I think that's what our music is. I had someone describe it last year as Appalachian rock and soul, and I
Mm.
really like that a lot.
Yeah, that's cool. I think Appalachian Soul's been stolen by Hunter Flynn. He's got that on his T-shirt, but I like Appalachian Mutt, or I think that's where you put it.
Appalachian mutt.
Yeah, I think that'd be a
Yeah.
cool hat. I'd definitely wear that. So
I want to get a T-shirt made with "She got a dirty mouth" on there that you just said. So that's what I want.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made.
Okay.
see, I told you he was good at accents. So sort of.
We'll get onto that in a minute.
So yeah, I think we'll do the next soundtrack to your life.
Now there's all
So-
kinds of interruptions today, you guys. Sorry. Now I'm
No.
hearing a tornado siren outside my house.
Oh
so-
no,
Tornado siren.
Huh?
do you need to check that?
It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Phone will be going crazy.
Well, when your house starts swirling around, we'll just carry on. It's we're
Be
professionals.
like
aren't
Dorothy, just
we? Yeah.
taking you guys with me. Just-
Wow, your
Wow.
life is chaotic, but yeah, good for you. Where was I up to? So yeah, I think we'll do the next kind of soundtrack to your life part of it. So what we tend to ask, and normally it's cliche, we say, oh, what's your favorite, album ever and song ever? But because we are, we champion independent music for a start, we try and champion new music. I think that's important too. There's lots of new artists and they're popping up every week. And I think it's, there's a platform that needs to be shared and music that needs to be shared. So, in terms of what is the best song that you've listened to in perhaps the last 5 years, and what makes it stand out to you?
Gosh, you guys are really hitting me with some questions today. I love it. I love it. It's not your normal. I'll just say this, and then I'll go back to your question. I do a lot of interviews. There's nothing that pisses me off a little bit worse than somebody asking the same damn question that I just answered in a different interview. Like if you took 10 seconds to look up on a Google interview somebody,
Yeah.
you're gonna find the same shit, the same
Yeah.
questions. So
It's
thanks,
boring.
keeping it spicy, boys. I love it.
Well, it gets spicier from here,
That's
Maggie.
the
don't
rugged
it?
revival.
Okay, within the last 5 years, something that resonates with me. Shit, hell. Is it called I'm Still Fine by the Red Clay Strays?
Ooh, I love the Red Clay Strays.
Me too.
Fantastic. And they're
I
doing
want to go
very
on tour
well.
with those boys. I think that would make so much sense if my band and their band went on tour together.
Well, let's put it out there.
Definitely.
Let's make sure you can do the opening for the Red Clay Strays. Any particular venue, Red Rocks, or you're not
Oh,
fussy?
Red Rocks for sure. That's
There you go.
that's a big bucket list venue. I
Yeah.
had the Beacon Theater in New York on my list. Oh wow.
Is that fun?
Wow.
Oh
That's
my God.
serious.
But anyway, but yeah, I got to play the Beacon Theater. So there's that. That one got knocked
Wow.
out. So let's go to Red
Fantastic.
Rocks with Red Clay Strays.
Let's do it. Well, we'll put it out there for you, and we'll try our best, to get these things done.
We'll do an advert. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do an advert to the Red Clay Strays. Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. So yeah, you've been releasing singles and a couple of EPs since 2019, and it was your self-titled album in November 2025, and maybe that's why it came up on my feed, because it was relatively new, and I was kind of messing around with Spotify literally around that time, and I think it just kind of hit the mark. So, tell us about, the singles that you've put out and that kind of journey right at the beginning, in terms of, the songs that you wrote, the recordings you've made and how that was recorded and up until now. I know it's kind of a broad question, but there is a journey there, and I think it's interesting to kind of learn, how you got there.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this for our band, we've had a lot of really good highs and a lot of really, really low lows. I kind of touched base on it, but our original drummer, Todd Copeland, he unfortunately passed away in 2021. So that was a really heavy hit. And then we kind of, bobbed and weaved with some different lineup changes and had kind of essentially like lost our footing for a minute, Um, and and I think that I think with all of that, it definitely like shines through the music. Like if you're not playing with the right people, you're not gonna get the right sound. And I feel like I finally have like the dream team. This is it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do big things, and we're all like really eager and gung ho about it all. Um, but yeah, like we've there's I don't know that he calls it Shangri-La Studios here anymore, but Dwayne Lundy, he's a very prominent, I guess you could say, philanthropist for a lot of local musicians here. Great engineer, producer. Um, he very quickly, when we started the band, wanted to work up some stuff. And so those first like bits of singles that we put out, we started working with Dwayne. And then we were introduced to Paul Reed Smith, who makes PRS guitars. He really loved our sound and kind of like took us under his wing and helped us find our very first manager and our very first booking agent. And then and then he recorded an EP with us in his home studio. So it's again, we've had a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and really it just takes a lot of money to be quite honest with you to get this shit done, and we're poor people. We don't have money.
Yeah, it's so expensive to kind of do it in a way that you want to do it. People can do it on the kind of the cheap. But yeah, to record it in the way that you want, it is expensive. But that's interesting to hear about the PRS side, and the guy behind it seems so cool, and to have that in your story is amazing, really. It's
Yeah.
Is he local to where you are then?
No, actually, so another friend in the music scene, his name's Brandon Bolds. He actually works at a local guitar shop here in Lexington. And it's really small, but they have a lot of inventory, and they're actually, I think, like one of the largest PRS like sellers in the country. So it was their 50th year anniversary. This fucking cat. I'm sorry. I said that.
That's all right.
I love this. This is brilliant.
I'm going
We
to
got
Just so much.
We
I
got a
don't even know
tornado
what to
ripping
look
through.
at.
We got a cat. We got a kid in.
I just don't know what's going on. What's happening?
I'm just
My
worried that there's going to be
and it's
a
all
huge gust
dark
of
and
wind coming
gloomy.
through.
It's raining. There's lightning and thunder.
What is it like out there? It's like ASMR. I'm like, it's quite nice
Yeah,
listening to it.
it's mood. It's
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Maggie, this is gold. I love this.
I'm not chopping any of this out, by the way. This
No,
is
I love it.
yeah.
Not okay. Anyways, so anyway, back to PRS. It was their 50th year anniversary. It's being a Will Cut Guitar Shop. So they, our friend Brennan asked if we would be interested in playing, like the headliner slot or whatever. And they did like a couple different guitar distributors were there, like Taylor, Martin, all the things. And they did like some little clinics in between the music. And Paul, I guess there was a PRS that they were raffling off that was like the big, big chicken dinner, whatever you want to call it. And I won that guitar. I don't know if he like just happened to take a liking to me and was like, I'm gonna say that this is her name, but I'm pretty sure it was just kind of serendipitous. And then we played, and he was like, "Oh my God, I love them." and immediately flew us in to, like 2 weeks later, they were doing the Experience PRS, which is like a huge showcase of their guitars. I think like some of the members of like the Spin Doctors or something was there. But it was the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of. And I had also never flown on an airplane before. And he flew us up there specifically just to play the showcase show up there. So
Wow.
after that, it was just kind of, we call him Uncle Paul. He's a great friend to have. He's always got good advice. And he puts up with my dirty mouth as well. So
Wow, that's an incredible story. I love PRS guitars. I can't afford one. I wanted a Silver Sky for ages because I'm a John Mayer geek, but and plus I can't play it, so it seems like an expensive a wall hanger. What did I say?
I don't know.
That sounded
didn't
filthy,
sound right.
whatever it was. But a wall hanger is what I meant to say. So that's really cool. I love those sort of stories. But yeah, you mentioned another person we love and we've had on a podcast not long ago was Mr. Kentucky himself, Nicholas Jameson. So we absolutely love his music. He's such a cool, chill guy. And he put up with our bullshit when he came up on the podcast back in the last year, I think it was. I lose track of time. But the reason I raised Mr. Nicholas Jameson is because I love his album Peace Mountain, and you guys were on that with I Love Blue, and I was giving it another listen today, and I thought, what a cool collaboration between you guys. And it sounds like you're doing more, which is... is that something we can expect, some gossip we can squeeze out of you?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. And you could tell us offline. We don't tell anybody. We haven't got loose lips, I promise,
I don't tell anybody. TJ always opens his mouth.
I might tell the entire planet, yeah. But yeah, tell us about that particular collaboration. That sounds really cool.
I'm going to tell you about that particular collaboration, but I think I should close this window or something so I can hear y'all, because I don't know what's happening with
Not
today.
get wet, preferably.
Go for it. Go for it.
Jesus.
Wow, that sounds
sideways.
serious.
Sounds scary.
Yeah, it does.
This rain is sideways.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Weather.
It's unreal.
Can I hear you? Can you hear me now?
I can hear, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So, how did that happen I don't even remember how that happened. Nicholas and Ryan have been friends much longer than I've known Nick, but he's one of those people that, or more so for, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he's one of those people that I feel like I've known my entire life. I couldn't tell you when we first met or how it happened or anything, but we've known each other our whole lives, it feels like, But I've always respected his songwriting, love his songs. They're just like, you can hear the holler in him. You can hear like just the authentic parts. Again, that I think that people really crave these days. And he's just he's a good brother, good friend. It's nice to have him in our pocket sometimes, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, many people we speak to from Kentucky have him on what do you guys call it? I don't know, the top three, artists within that region or in their lives. And Nick always kind of pops up, and, we were quite privileged to have him on the show. I know he's a proper busy guy. But yeah, it was great to talk to him and to meet people that have worked with him and, vice versa. But, I could waffle on about that forever. But should we play a little bit of I Love Blue? Is that okay?
Sure.
Let's do it. Right.
You heard me and I heard you. Why is that? What do we do? Saying some things that just ain't true. I tell you green.
Yeah, I think your two sounds blend so nicely. You can hear Nick's influence, but definitely, Magnolia Boulevard's kind of sound, blended with that. It's fantastic and one of my favourites. I've got one question left before I hand over to Ronnie, because feel like I've been waffling on forever, but thanks for putting up with me. But yeah, in your experience with the industry, I'm always interested to learn, because we kind of sit on the peripheral, on the sidelines, and we kind of look from, on the outside in. But in terms of what the industry needs, in your opinion, is there something it's lacking or something it could do better? And if that is, and you can wave a magic wand, what would happen in your kind of opinion?
Well, you just want one? You just want one thing? No.
Well, if you got more than one, then yeah, let's do it.
I think healthcare or something of the sorts, I don't think that we really, artists are expected, especially musicians, we're expected to just dance, monkey. It's one of those things that people aren't willing to pay you enough. And aside from that, it's like we're kind of just like out here fending for ourselves, for to make you happy and play your favorite song that you like. And I think in this country, I don't know how it is over there, but it would be great if there was just a little bit more care for the arts overall. And I think there should be women on more festival lineups. So what is that?
There you go. I think we can do that. Yeah, I think in the UK scene, we suffer with similar issues, and there's definitely a lack of investment in the arts. But hopefully that'll change, and particularly with female artists. Yeah, we hear you. We're going to shout it loud and proud. Well, Ronnie is. So
I am. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to do a separate podcast about it.
We are.
We're going to share everybody's experiences.
Maggie's going to co-host it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Absolutely, let's do it.
I'm sure she agreed a minute ago. So we'll just edit
probably.
that part in.
Yeah.
No, that's a no then.
That's fine.
So anyway, Ronnie, over to you, mate.
Thank you. Right, so we've been through some deep and meaningful stuff. We're going to play a little game. Maggie, do you want to play a little game? Would you like to play a little game with me? Let's go and play a little game.
A little game.
TJ, hit it.
Play a little game. Right. All right. Let's do it.
Yes, this is the Rugged Revival True or False game. It's Weird International Law Facts this evening. Weird International Law Facts, would you believe? I've got some random, ridiculous questions to ask you, true or false, and then we will score it between you, Maggie, and you, TJ. So I'll ask a question. I'll say, TJ, give me the answer, true or false. Maggie, give me the answer, true or false, and then we'll score it at the end. I've got to say, Maggie, TJ hasn't been doing so well on this game for the last year. So
it's normally rigged, Maggie. That's why.
It's not rigged. It's not rigged. Get over yourself. Anyway, so in Singapore, it's illegal to chew chewing gum. Maggie, true or false?
I'm going to say, I'm going to go with true.
False. Okay. TJ?
You just said false, so I'm going to go false. Have you given the answer away there?
Question number 2. In Denmark, baby first names generally need to be on an approved list or approved via application. So in Denmark, baby first names generally need to be on approved list or approved via application. True or false, Maggie?
Y'all realize I've never been out of this country, right? True?
TJ?
I think they're pretty liberal in Denmark. I would say false. I think you can call kids what you want.
Okay.
Probably.
In Switzerland, keeping just one guinea pig alone can breach animal welfare rules because they're classed as social animals. Maggie, true or false?
Because what?
It's my accent again, ready? In Switzerland, keeping just one guinea pig alone can breach animal welfare rules because they are classed as social animals.
They're social animals? False.
Apparently so. Okay. TJ?
I'm bad
That
at this.
sounded,
I already know. I know I am.
No, don't worry.
I feel
don't
like
worry,
I'm going
you'll
to
be
win
fine.
this one. I'm
You
going to go
might.
true. I hope so. It's
What
been
are
a
you
long
saying?
time.
True, is it? Okay. Okay, again, Switzerland. Oh, Switzerland's got rules. In
Ooh.
Switzerland, it's illegal by national law to flush your toilet after 10 p.m. True or false, Maggie?
Flush your toilet after 10 p.m.? True.
TJ?
I'm just going to go opposite. False.
In Venice, feeding pigeons and even seagulls can get you fined. True or false, Maggie?
True.
TJ?
Yeah, I fucking hate pigeons. I would say true. Don't feed them ever.
Question. Well, I don't know where we are now.
How many
In
we got?
Japan, it's illegal to be overweight. It's called the fat law. Is that true? Is that true or false, Maggie?
Oh, that's false.
TJ?
Well, if it is true, then we can't go to Japan, Ronnie. Can we?
No.
The fat
I want to
law.
say true. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah.
The fat
Rude.
law.
I suppose you've got to have some laws.
And then last question we'll do, because I don't really like these questions. So last question we'll do is, TJ arrives early at meetings and
False.
buys himself a coffee because he doesn't want to buy anybody else one. So
Oh, that's
TJ
true.
arrives early at yeah, I reckon it's true. TJ?
That's not true. I don't know where you've heard these disgusting lies, but it's not.
Okay, quick roundup. So, in Singapore, it's illegal to chew chewing gum. The answer is false. Chewing gum isn't the crime. Selling or importing, with limited exceptions, is what's restricted. Interesting. So, don't import chewing gum into Singapore. In Denmark, baby first names generally need to be on approved list or approved via application. The answer is true. Maggie, you're absolutely right.
Oh.
In Switzerland, keeping just one guinea pig alone can breach animal welfare rules because they're classed as social animals. The answer is true. They must have appropriate social contact with their own species. Shocking. In Switzerland, it's illegal by national law to flush your toilet after 10 p.m. The answer is false. It's a viral myth. Some buildings may have house rules, but that's not a national law. In Venice, feeding pigeons and even seagulls can get you fined. The answer is true. So obviously hate them. And then in Japan, it's illegal to be overweight. The fat law, that is, I was going to lie then. It's absolutely false. So there are health screening initiatives, but being overweight isn't a crime. And then last question, TJ arrives early at meetings just so he doesn't have to buy anybody else a drink or food. The answer is true. So, Maggie, you're absolutely right. Congratulations, you have won the Rugger Revival True or False Weird International Law Facts. TJ,
Love
play
it. I'm a winner.
I think we need to recheck those scores, Ronnie, because I've never actually checked the scores of any of these quizzes that we do. But anyway, well done, Maggie. I don't know what you're going to do with that accolade. Add that to the rest of what you got. But yeah, fantastic.
So, Maggie, after that, it's going back to a couple of serious questions, if that's okay. So,
Okay.
We talk a lot on this podcast about mental health and how it affects people, and the best way that people find that they can deal with it. So, if you wouldn't mind, and please don't feel like you have to answer it, but how do you keep your own mental health in check? How do you look after yourself, especially when you're on tour, especially when everything else is going on? It's chaotic. How do you look after yourself?
Oh, I'll be 33 this year, and I'm still figuring that part out, to be quite honest with you. But really, writing songs or journaling, that's really been a big one for me the past couple of years. like writing songs is most definitely an outlet at this point. And I try not to put so much pressure on myself when it comes to to like to vent, to let the world know how mental I really am. But a good walk, getting in the sunshine, being away from technology, all of those things really help me out. And I smoke a lot of weed, so there's that.
There you go. Perfect. And thank you for sharing that with us, Maggie. Listen, I know it's a difficult question for some people to answer because, some people it does affect everybody differently. And please don't forget, I know I've said it so many times before, please don't forget that if anybody's listening that do need any help, anybody that needs to have a bit of support or just wants to talk, come and reach out to all of us. And I'm sure, Maggie, you would agree with that as well. Just reach out, just shout as loud as you can and come and speak to us.
How sweet of you fellers. That's so great.
It's something that is very dear to us. It's very dear to my heart and it's very dear to TJ and that as well. Yeah. So and we always like to put it on the podcast to say, look, if you need anything, just shout. So thank you for helping us with it, Maggie, for shouting that at the top of the roofs. So I'm going to do another soundtrack to your life moment. We should have a little jingle.
No, we should,
anyway,
shall we?
Soundtrack to your life. So, Maggie, what song has helped you through a tough time or a struggle or a difficult point in your life?
I got it immediately.
Go.
I Will Not Be Broken by Bonnie Raitt.
Amazing.
It's a great damn song. And I've listened to that so many times. If it was a record or a CD, it would have been broken by the amount of times that I've listened to it. But it's a good one.
I love that. Thank you. And TJ, what about you?
I wasn't prepared for any questions my way, so I don't actually know. You know what? I actually love David Gray, Say Hello, Goodbye.
Interesting.
Couldn't remember the title of it then. I love it that much. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I've just listened to it over the years and it's not been my sort of music, that, but I love that song. And I think, yeah, when I've been a bit down, it's good to put it on. And I don't know why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I don't normally get all
I
deep.
don't know, yeah. It's nervous laughter.
It is nervous laughter, yeah.
Yeah.
You got too close to my bone. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I listen to.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, back to Maggie. So, Maggie, I wanted to say, so the Rugger Revival, you've probably got it by now by all the stuff we've been talking about. So the Rugger Revival started as a community, and we've been pushing it as a community to really push out artists that sometimes people in the UK scene will never listen to or haven't heard, or we want to platform people in this community. And sometimes we've got artists in the UK, in America that aren't heard. They haven't been shouted, if you like, from the rooftop. So we want to give them a bit of a platform to do that. So is there anybody that you can see that is an up-and-coming artist or a songwriter, I can't even talk, songwriter, singer, or anybody that you think that, do you know what, I'm going to give them a shout out on this platform? Why not?
Most definitely.
And if not, don't worry.
If you ain't never heard of him yet, Mr. Scott T. Smith, he's originally from West Virginia. He's based out of Louisville, Kentucky. He's about to do some dates with Tyler Childers this year, and I am so proud of my brother. He's killing it, but just, he would be a good one to talk about, all the heartfelt things and mental health. And I mean, his songwriting really just kind of exudes all of that. So definitely give a shout out to that brother.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. And two last questions for me, Maggie, if that's all right. So I know that it's a question that I've asked previously, but I find it interesting in some of the answers that you get. But I want to know why you play to people. Why do you do what you do? Why do you stand on stage? Why do you play what you play? And when you do play what you play, what does that feel like afterwards?
Oh, it's a really gratifying feeling. It really is. After I kind of got over the initial, just I mean, there's still so much like vulnerability when you're on stage, but I've had so many people come up. I have a song called Sister that I wrote for my best friend when I moved away from my hometown, and she was going through a really, really rough time. And I wrote that song for her, and so many people have heard it and they've interpreted it into something on their own, which I think is like the most beautiful part of music. Like a song can mean so much. It can mean something so different for somebody else. And so like for example, that's why I said that particular song, I've had so many people come up and say, I play this song for my baby and I played it for her every night to go to sleep, or I sent this to my estranged sister of 10 years and now we have a relationship. And whatever it is, I feel a call to just do something for the greater good. And music can do so much. Like it literally physically changes our chemical parts. And so if I have just the ability to just like make somebody feel better, or have something that they can relate to, I'm here for that. I love it. And it's a very gratifying feeling when I get that kind of feedback, So that's why
That is that speechless. That is one of the best answers I've had. And let me tell you, anybody that's listening to this needs to go and listen to your music if they haven't heard you already, and the band, because that's what it makes you feel like. It gives you them tingles. It changes the way you see things and the way you think about things, and you can picture a lot of the songs. And that for me absolutely hits it on the head. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm going to hand over to TJ.
So Maggie, interesting to learn everything that you've just discussed with Ronnie. That was that's fantastic. But the next part of the podcast, are you ready to play another game? I know that the first one was incredible. I don't know if I can top Ronnie's game, but would you like to play my game? Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Well, it's called the Rugged Revival Kiss Game, and don't be panicked by that. So instead, I mean, we played this a few times now, and I've explained it a few times. And I think rather than me explaining it in like the terrible way that I tend to do, I've got a instructional video, an example. So let's watch that first, and then you can decide whether you want to play or not. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Myself all the time. I'm in the room with artists.
Do you have to warm your vocal cords? Anyway, right. Let's go.
Go on.
Timing's off again, mate. That's your timing, that's the problem.
I like how you did the freeze frame, too.
Yeah. So, Alex, are you ready, mate? No pressure.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready, let's see.
After 3. 1, 2.
I'm ready.
I am hoping that explained the game. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not going to go into explaining it because that was the whole point of showing you that. But it's about accuracy and being as close to the original of the opening of Prince as possible. So would you like to hear the original first to kind of get an understanding of, the pitch, the timbre? And you're obviously a professional. I smashed it. I'm not a professional, but I probably was 10 out of 10. But would you like to hear the original first and then have a go at it? You'll be our first female artist to have a go. So you've got that accolade as well. Right, let me find it.
Where does the kiss part of this come? Oh, because it's the song. Dumbass. Okay,
it's
go
the
ahead.
song.
Sorry.
I say nothing. Here's the original. It's not easy, Maggie. It's like so many artists have failed, but you could be the one to show them. So would you like one more listen and go into it, or were you ready to go into it now?
I'm ready. Let's go. Put me in, coach.
Wow. Let's do it. Right. I'm going to press play now. Oh, no. Sorry. Hold on. That was me.
Oh, shit.
Wrong one. That was me. So I told you, 10 out of 10.
It's even better.
That sounded sexual. Anyway, right. Let's do the proper one. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you added your own spin to that.
I can do it again. Let's go.
Would you like to do a proper one? All right.
I'll
go
do
on
a
in.
proper one, a more appropriate one.
All right. I'm going to press play now.
Oh. There was a lag.
That's not far off.
There was a lag. There's a lag.
There's a slight
There
lag,
is.
but I can stitch that, and I'll.
Make
I
it
don't
look like
think
a
I need to auto tune it. You know, I think that was pretty
I thought that
damn
was
good.
pretty good. Yeah.
Well done, Maggie. Well done,
Yeah,
and thank
it's
you for
right up there.
playing.
Right
You're the
up there.
first female artist to have a go at that. But you're better than Alex. I mean, look at Alex. That was weird. I'll be honest. That freaked me out a little bit with his attempt. But anyway, moving on to more serious things. You'd be pleased to know we've only got a few more questions for you, and thanks for putting up with us. But yeah, I always ask the artists, you know, because we're just selfish people and we want to see you play live, and we're too lazy to go out to the US, and I don't like flying. So would you fly to the UK to play for me and Ronnie? Not personally, but like at a venue in general, you know, would you love to come over and tour the UK?
Oh, totally. I would absolutely love to get out of the U.S., period.
Fantastic. And have you got any plans? I know it's very difficult when you've got a young family, and, you know, is there any discussions about that down the line, or how that might even look like?
No, I mean, we've definitely talked about it, and, you know, it's definitely like a goal of ours. But again, it's going to take the right time and the right amount of money to fly us all over there. So
Yeah. Well, let's try and make that happen. And yeah, when you do come over, bring your British accent with you. We'll go down the pub and we'll buy you a pint of Guinness, or I don't know. What do you drink, Maggie? Or don't you drink?
so I like an IPA, or a hazy IPA.
Classy.
I wish
Interesting.
I liked Guinness, but I feel like if I were to go over there, I'd have to have the proper Guinness, a pint of Guinness, just to go along with it. Did I do okay?
You
That
did.
was very good,
I didn't
yeah.
even
I
notice.
like
That
that.
was so good.
See, I could blend right in. Nobody knows.
I love it. Yeah, you could, yeah.
You have to wear a top hat when you come over, though, so you really blend in. That's what
And
we wear.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. So let's make that happen anyway. But yeah, in terms of what you've got going on for the rest of the year, you kind of give us a little tidbit about, you know, working with Nick Jameson and perhaps having some new music and tidbit. I don't even know what that means. It sounded good.
Yeah.
But what are you doing next? You know, for the rest of the year, and you know what's going on in your world.
We're just gonna be pushing. You know, we put out like you kind of touched base on earlier. We put out our very first full length record this past November. So plan is now is just to keep pushing our music, keep selling that record, and we're just hopping around over here in the U.S. We're going to be going to the West Coast 3 times this year, which seems a little insane, but we love it. And lots of things in between, lots of tour dates rather. If you ask me one particular one right now, I probably couldn't tell you without having to refer to Master Tour or the Google
Yeah.
Calendar. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good year. I've been saying it since the start of the year. I'm like, I can feel it. This is gonna be a great year for us. So keep that
I love
mindset
that.
and keep pushing, keep on trucking.
Awesome. And obviously go visit your website, because that has all of the details on it too. So that was at www.magnoliaboulevard.com.
Magnolia
why I said-
Boulevard Band.com.
Well, I got that wrong. So there you go. Go and visit the website, because that has all of the details on it. But, you know, what you've just said there, I love that, you know, looking positive and to the, you know, the future and the good times. And, you know, I actually wrote this down for the last kind of soundtrack to your life. And I think if there was a song that kind of defined you as a person right now, and, you know, for your positivity for the rest of the year, what might it be? It could be absolutely anything.
Is it like really vain of me to say one of our songs?
Nope.
No.
So Ryan, best buddy, keyboard player in our band, he actually co-wrote the song Anything that's on our album. And it became somewhat of a mantra for me when he first sent it. And I just think it's a really good reminder, you know, we can do big things. We can accomplish our goals. Sometimes we just need to like reset and not do anything but sleep and take care of our bodies and rest. And I think that's a good reminder. I think like the past year for me, I've just been in go-go mode. And so that's a good reminder for myself.
Superb. I think that's a lovely way to wrap it up and, to get to know you properly. We've got to know all about your life, Maggie, and you've shared so much with us. You've trusted me and Ronnie with so much about you. So well done and thank you. But over to you, Ronnie, to do, what are we going to call it? Is it Last Orders now?
Last Orders.
Yeah.
Peggy Mitchell?
Oh, yeah, Peggy. Let's...
Get out of my pub!
So, anyway, Get Out of My Pub, I do the bit called Last Orders. We used to call it the final message, but I didn't like that. And TJ
Sounded
and
weird.
I agreed that it would be, final. It's all final, terminal. Anyway, so we now call it Last Orders. At the bar, please. So, this is where I get to tell you all the lovely quotes and the nice messages that people have been leaving you across all social media, but I'm going to end in some of the comments that I've built on tonight for about what you said. So the first part is around woman power. Absolutely. We're going to do a separate podcast and I really want you to co-host it with us. And it'll be amazing. We'll have all the female artists on. I think it would be amazing. Maggie, you are an absolute musical powerhouse and the band is absolutely unbelievable. I have listened to your music and TJ, we've said exactly the same thing of how incredible your music is, and it really does send shivers in a good way up your spine because you're all so talented. It's been wild, chaotic. We've had tornado warnings, we've had cats, we've had kids, and we've also expressed all of our love for everything. And you know what? You've been absolutely incredible. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on the Rugger Revival podcast with us tonight. And if you've got a drink nearby somewhere, if you can grab a drink and raise it up for us, we'll do the last bit where we raise a toast to the grit, the grind, and to the revival. Cheers to everyone for listening. And thank you again, Maggie, for being just you. You're amazing. Thanks very much.
Thank you guys. You've been so kind, so sweet. Cheers to you.
Thank you. Cheers.